then when they mix it with their saliva, basically, because that's how they carry it home, and it makes honey, basically. And then they put it in these hexagons, and they cap it. But before they cap it, they fan it with their wings, because when they mix it with their saliva, it is too moist, and it will ferment, and then it's not very good to eat. And so they dry it out a little bit, just not too much, to where it's like this, sort of like syrup. Because syrup, it's similar, you have to dry it out, the sap out. Anyway, so they fan it with their wings for a while, and then they finish, and when they're done filling up one of these individual cells, see, these are ones that haven't been filled yet, we took it out before that. After they finish, they cap it. As you can see, it's capped, and so they cap it by putting wax that they make over the top of it, and it seals it, and so it doesn't ferment just from sitting there for too long, because if you just let honey sit out, it ferments anyway, even if you dry it out a little. And so the way most people harvest honey is in a jar, put it like in a jar like this. So they put it in a jar mostly. Like, you get honey out of a jar mostly, like, right? Or so the way they get it in a jar is so they commercialize the bees to where they can get the honey, and so they build special frames to where the bees will purposely put the wax hexagons onto the frame, and then after they do that, they'll build it on the frame and fill it up with honey. And when it's time to harvest the honey, which is usually around late summer, because that's when they get the most honey, because there's mid summer, late summer, because they get the most honey in spring and early summer. And so then the harvesters they'll put it in, or they'll put the frames in this big basically barrel. It's basically like a barrel, and they have a motor on top, and it spins these things to where the inertia shoots the honey comes out and falls to the bottom, and then there's a spigot on the bottom of the can, and then you open it and it all comes out. But it doesn't all just come out as plain honey, because sometimes there'll be bits of wax in it. That's because it doesn't just come without the caps, because the caps have to be on there. So you have to decap it with a knife or something like that. Cut off all the caps, so then it comes off, and then you put a filter over a bucket, and it comes out. And my grandpa, he has bees, so this is his honey. He makes it, or the bees make it. He harvests it, and he does that same process and gets it. And well, except for this is different. He doesn't do anything. He puts special different frames to where they'll make it in a circle like this, in a circle. So then you cut out the edges of the circle, and you have a piece of capped honey, and then you put it in these jars, and then put the sticker around it to hold it shut and sealed. And then you put it in the freezer, so if there's any mite eggs, which sometimes mites will come in there and lay eggs because they eat the wax, because they're wax mites, or moths. I think they're moths, actually. So you freeze it so they don't, so they die, so you don't need a live moth or moth egg. And so that's how honey comes. And I was going to let you taste it. Mama, can you get this?